What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video right here on the Crypto Grind channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about Kadena. Is it still worth buying? Is it a good project? Do I think it is still going places? So if that's something that interests you, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're watching all the way to the end of the video to get my opinion. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Jumping straight in, Kadena's price right now, more or less 59 cents, way down from its all-time high. I have the market cap loaded up here. You can see we're sitting at 141, almost 142,000, and its all-time high was about 3.5 billion at the height of the previous bull run. So we are way down from that previous all-time high. Do I think that this project is still worth buying? Well, we're going to touch on a few things, and I'm going to give you my opinion at the end whether I think it is worthwhile or not. But for those of you who are not too sure about what Kadena is, it's a proof of work project, but they combine the DAG system as well. So they have proof of work, which is really nice because obviously you get quite a bit of security from that. But the issue with proof of work projects is that they can tend to be a bit slow. So the network does sort of clog up, they slow, the transactions don't get confirmed as quickly. But they've confirmed this proof of work consensus with the DAG system, which is direct acyclic graph. Now, essentially what happens with that DAG is that that goes a lot faster. So obviously transactions can take place a lot quicker. So in many ways, they feel like they have sort of solved that blockchain trilemma where they have security, really nice decentralization, and of course they have fast transaction speeds as well, which is something which remains to be seen, but I think that their whole idea around the project is actually pretty good. Looking at a few other things around tokenomics, the maximum supply is going to be sitting at 1 billion coins, which is not too bad. We see quite a few projects in the space doing very well with a supply that is fairly high. Their circulating supply is only 23% of their total supply, but they only release about 7% of the coins in holding every year. So it's going to take a very long time for that to actually, be 100%, which is not too bad because then that means that they're not going to be dumping on all their holders. So fully diluted market cap sitting at half, nearly 600 million. But it's not a big worry that they're going to be dumping all of that in one go because they are only releasing 7% of their supply every single year. So it's going to take a very long time for the full supply to be out there. All in all, the tokenomics are pretty good. Where you can pick Kadena up, there are plenty places, obviously Binance, KuCoin being two of the biggest exchanges where you can pick Kadena up. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you're checking out my Patreon. I have a level for everybody, whether it's getting my videos early or one-on-one consultations or anything in between, there is a level for everyone. I have buy alerts, sell alerts, consideration alerts, and so on. So go ahead, check it out. If it's not for you, also have a look at the free Telegram that we do have. Link is in the description. Go ahead, join. We have a really cool community forming, talking about everything crypto, the latest news, the latest projects, where we think projects are going. And I really do like the community that we're building. So go ahead, check that out. It would be awesome to have you as part of the Crypto Grind community. Moving on to their website itself, they actually have quite a bit going for them. If you have a look here, they have no transaction fees. Their smart contracts are pretty good and secure. They don't make use of the EVM smart contracts. They have their own called Pact, which makes designing safer smart contracts effortless, whether you're writing your first contract or launching your 5th D app. By automatically detecting bugs, Pact frees you from the exploits you'll face on Ethereum and other unsafe platforms. So they've considered security in a big way, which is quite nice because we have seen some of those Ethereum smart contracts being attacked and vulnerabilities being exposed through that. Their founders are very security centric. We will touch on their founders now. And what's nice about Kadena as well is that it is pretty scalable. So they have shown that they can scale horizontally, which is something that doesn't happen very often in the crypto space. Moving on to their partners, you can see some really well-known names here. Binance, Cosmos, so they are available on the Cosmos. They can bridge through to there. Flax is another big name. I haven't covered it on the channel, but they are a very big project, an up-and-coming project, well-known. Polkadot, a layer 0 with immense potential as well. So their partners just show that there's sort of potential here and confidence that this project is going to do well, even though it's been through the ringer and a lot of people are down on Kadena itself. Just having a look a little bit about looking at the co-founders of the project, there are two individuals, Stuart Popejoy, who actually led JP Morgan's emerging blockchain group. So he comes from a financial background. He understands emerging tech, one of those obviously being blockchain. So he understands how blockchain works and he really is knowledgeable in the space. The other individual is Will Martino, who was recruited from the SEC itself. He's the tech lead, part of their steering committee. And together, these two individuals actually built a blockchain for JP Morgan and their first coin. So they really understand the nitty-gritty of any crypto project. And with that in mind, I do believe that Kadena has a really big future. And I can't actually understand why the price has dumped so much. I know there are other layer one competitors in the space, but I think that they probably are the best place to do very well in the next bull run and beat out some of the other competitors like Casper, like Loop Network, and so on. They do have a pretty good advisor team as well, but here's their full team. So they are doxed. We know who they're about. They have solid experience. And if you have a look at the industries that they come from, the SEC, they come from Disney, Microsoft, Tezos, Cardano, even worked on Bitcoin as well. So from that perspective, you can see that the team understand everything crypto and they know the wider market as well. So they know what to focus on and how they can make this product really, really attractive for individuals who are picking this up. So they basically, if we have a look, they just talk about public blockchain. They talk about their smart contracts. We did mention Pact, and Pact is the most powerful smart contract language available for writing applications directly on the blockchain. It was designed to be readable by non-developers and has been battle tested in production applications over 2 years, which is great. So anybody who wants to develop these smart contracts, whether you are a developer or not, can deploy smart contracts on Kadena, which is something that not many other projects actually have available for people. It's really developers who understand Solidity, and that's something that you can't find very often. So that also makes it very attractive for me, and makes me bullish on this project. Looking at their ecosystem as a whole now, the one thing that I am a little bit concerned about is what they haven't really focused on all that much is DeFi. I think they focus a little bit more on DeFi. We will see more people coming to the space and we will see the price of Kadena actually picking up. But we're still going to look through here because there are some that I picked out that I think can actually do very well and are sitting with Kadena. So the first one, if we go through here, is a project called API3. Now, they are a competitor to Chainlink, obviously interoperable being really important in the crypto space. Interoperability is going to do extremely well, in my opinion. Anything that is interoperable is going to have a really good time in the upcoming bull run. And I think API3 is no exception. Obviously, Chainlink is the king of the Oracle space, but that doesn't mean that projects like API can't do very well. And it just makes it bullish for Kadena. Another project on the ecosystem that I actually wanted to point your attention to is Marmalade. Now, Marmalade is essentially infrastructure around NFTs, and the reimagined way that Kadena have thought about NFTs, it's not just going to be digital art. I can see a lot of things taking place on the Marmalade side where it's going to be useful NFTs, whether it's around medical, legal, sports teams making use of NFTs for their fans, plane tickets and so on. But Marmalade is going to be a bit of a game changer in my opinion. And the fact that that's sitting on Kadena as well really sort of shows that they have a really good idea of where this project wants to go. But again, for me, the big one is that there's no massive DeFi. I want to see more of that happening. If these projects start to appear, I'll show you now that they are sort of seeing more developers coming to the Kadena space. They have a really big grants foundation as well. So they're trying to attract developers to the space. All of that for me is pretty positive that they're trying to get everybody going. We're going to see the centralized or the decentralized exchanges. We're going to see the DEXs. You're going to see more DeFi coming through. And that will only be good things for Kadena. It's not that they don't have, for example, we have Kadena Finance, but you want to see more. This is just Marmalade here, Minter Marketplace. And they just got on to talk a little bit about Marmalade. One of the nice projects here is UFO Gaming. It's a pretty big gaming project in the metaverse space, really early on in development. That does show some promise that is going to be making use of NFTs coming from the Marmalade site. Now, what has Kadena spoken about in Q2? And another reason why I am actually bullish on this project is that they have shown that there is more and more on-chain activity. Since the beginning of the year, we can actually see that it's just gone. More modules have just increased more and more and more over the year, which is bullish. If people didn't like this platform, it would have died out after the last bull run. But we have seen people coming back, and a consistent trend, which shows that people do like Kadena, the fact that there's no transaction fees, that it's safe, that it's quick, and they can deploy their dApps onto this space and really have some good traction. Another thing that I wanted to show is that they are still building their bridges. They have employed 2 new individuals to try and help with DeFi. For example, Nick Cassis, I did speak about DeFi. And also we have Ryan Levy, head of partnerships. So they're trying to build their DeFi and their bridges to other chains. And we've got head of partnerships as well. So they are showing that they understand their weaknesses, but they know how to grow. If we carry on along their Q2 update, something else that I wanted to point out is that there's Marmalade V2 coming, and it's going to be a massive step forward. So once we see that, we can have a look here. Most exciting feature is a policy manager, which provides token creators with the convenience of selecting their preferred features from comprehensive concrete policies, enabling effortless token creation. So they've really made it easy to use Marmalade. Again, ease of use is at the front of their mind. And then we have here courting the Kadena dev experience. And again, they're making it easy to develop on the Kadena chain, attracting developers to the space. Again, really, really, really bullish. Now, having a look at their Twitter page, they are very active. They have AMAs all the time, weekly, where they keep their community up to date as well. So if that's something that you weren't too sure about because a lot of people aren't active, you don't have to worry about that with Kadena because they really do talk. You can see here that they've shown developers are increasing in the space as well. They're attracting solid developers. So all in all, for me, Kadena is something that I think you should be looking at. Getting into Kadena right now is super cheap. Its price point right now at 60 cents when we could go up. Looking at their market cap, we're about a 30x from the all-time high. I can see it possibly doing a 40x from where we are right now, maybe up to 50 if everything goes well. So 50x return is pretty good, but even a 30x getting in right now goes back to its previous all-time high. Getting a 30x return, I think you would be pretty happy. So my take on Kadena itself is that I'm still bullish. I think you should still be getting into this project, but remember, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Have a look at the project, see how you feel. Let us know in the comments down below if you do like Kadena or if there's something else that you think is better and probably will replace it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.